time now for everybody's favorite guessing game, What's My Line? Brought to you by Remington Rand, makers of the world's #1 electric shaver, the Remington. Now, let's all play What's My Line?
Now let's meet our award-winning What's My Line panel. First, the popular Broadway columnist, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
And on my left, a gentleman who is just a little bit dizzy because he's just been fanned by a couple of orchids. Mr. Fred Allen.
Thank you very much. And on to my left, ladies and gentlemen, we had that out last week, John. The man wrote me from Buffalo and said, at my left. And this week I had 4 letters saying to my left.
Yeah.
And to my left is right?
I had a letter, too, this week about to my left, so I guess we better stay with that, huh?
I think so. And since you are to my left, I will say only simply Miss Arlene Francis, to my left.
Thank you. That clears up our English for tonight. And to my left, the publisher of Random House, author, lecturer, bon vivant, Bennett Cerf.
Mighty nice having our 2 girls back again.
Yes, we like it.
And
too.
to my left, the famous news analyst, panel moderator, and the only man that I know of who has so far succeeded in talking himself into a guaranteed annual wage, John Charles Daly.
Thank you, Bennett. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to What's My Line. Once again tonight, I think especially tonight, we have some very intriguing and interesting occupations that have been brought along by some very nice people who have only one goal. Same goal I have, to see if we can't stick this very nice panel of ours. We'll also have a famous guest challenger before these experts a bit later on, but I think right now is time for the experts to meet the first challenger whose line they're going to have to spot. So will you sign in, please, sir? Ed Fritz, right, sir? And where are you from, Mr. Fritz?
Hollis, Long Island.
I beg your pardon, sir?
Hollis, Long Island.
Hollis, Long Island. Well, that makes you neighbor to all these 4 people sitting over here in consideration of their residence in New York. So why don't you go over and be neighborly and let them have a look at you, will you?
Fritz.
Sir?
See you.
Hello. Me first.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Fritz.
Hollis,
All
that's
right.
near the racetrack, isn't it?
Mr. Fritz, will you come over here and sit down next to me? You've had a chance to meet the panel. More important, they've had a chance to look at you. So we'll move forward now by giving the folks who are at home and those who are in the audience here with us a chance to know what your line is, and then we'll turn and see what we can do about fouling the panel up on just what it's all about. All right. Mr. Fritz, do you know how we score this operation?
I believe so.
Well, good. If you're all set, then we'll simply announce that you're salaried and begin the general questioning with Dorothy Kilgallen.
Do you work for a profit-making organization, Mr. Fritz?
No, I don't.
That's 1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Allen.
Do you work for some branch of the government?
Yes, I do.
You don't work at Hollis, though. You're not stationed at Hollis.
No, sir.
Are you in some branch of the military?
No, sir.
That's 2 down and 8 to go, Miss Francis.
Do you work for the federal government?
Yes, I do.
Are you usually stationed in Washington?
No, I don't.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Fritz, do you have anything to do with the Revenue Department?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do? Is
Want
it
to see you
the
later.
part of the department that takes money in?
Yes?
Does it have anything to do with taxes?
No, sir.
Small conference.
We could have a commercial in here. I mean,
Mr. Fritz is concerned that there might be some confusion created if we gave you a flat no on the issue of taxes, Bennett, so we're going to revise the answer and give you a yes to your last question. You may continue.
Well, that doesn't seem to help me very much. Mr. Fritz, have you anything whatever to do with currency, United States currency?
I mean, in terms of its manufacture, distribution, etc., and so
Well,
forth?
collecting money in any way.
Yes, sir.
You do collect money, but not necessarily for taxes. Is that right? There were other things you collected for.
Well, let us say that Mr. Fritz comes into contact with money, as do all of us, and that in some degree at least we might say that his occupation has to do with taxes, and these are all sort of generally in the area of his occupation.
Do you give people anything in exchange for the currency that they turn into you? In the way of a license or some sort?
No, sir.
4 down and 6 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
May I assume that you are something other than an income tax examiner?
Yes.
I knew all of them. Do you have anything to do with stamps of any kind that would be put on anything like liquor?
Well, I would say that Mr. Fritz has something to do with stamps that might be put on something. Yes, wouldn't you say you do? Yeah.
Well, are you what they refer to down south when they talk about revenuers?
Is he a revenuer? 5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Allen.
Does he have anything to do, does he function at the racetrack?
Function at a racetrack.
Well, they have tax people who watch you at the $100 windows, I feel.
But he doesn't do that, Fred. I'm sorry.
They
6
arrest
down.
you at the $100 window.
6 down and 4 to go, Miss Francis.
Do you have anything to do with the Postal Service at all?
No, I don't.
There you go. 7 to 3, Mr. Cerf.
Do you have anything to do, Mr. Fritz, with duties or paying the people bringing things in? Paying anything to do with duties?
Yes, I do.
Did you happen to encounter one of the ladies on this panel, probably, when she came home with something?
Yes.
Did you? Well, they were both in Europe. I'll take a guess on the one who came last. Was it Miss Kilgallen?
Yes, it was.
Did she get away with anything?
What is the formal designation we're looking for, Bennett?
Customs inspector.
Customs inspector is right. United States government customs inspected Dorothy's luggage 2 days ago.
Oh,
You were so
no.
tired.
Well, no, it was early in the morning, but now I thought I'd seen him somewhere in the movies or on television. I thought he
Well,
was an
now,
actor.
here we go.
He evidently let you get away with something. You wouldn't be so nice.
Well,
They were all charming.
not only that, but the nice thing is we got away with something here tonight. Of course, we're going to get all the way through. Mr. Fritz, thank you for coming and being our guest and for giving the panel a slight going over. Nice to have had you, sir, and what's my line? All right, panel. Let's see what you can do with the second challenger. Will you sign in, please, sir? Elliot, with 2 L's and 2 T's. Elliot Wisprod, is that right, sir? And where are you from, sir?
Alameda, California.
Alameda, California. Fine. That's nice country, nice weather out there all the time.
Yes, sir.
Like lots of exercise? Take some, would you? Walk down in front of the bell.
Do that again, will you, Mr. Whisper? I want to hear the sound.
We need the sound.
Hello.
Oh, strong. Hello, Mr. Wisprod.
Hi, Sprott, how are you?
Hi, Mr. Allen.
Fine, thank you.
How are you doing, Mr. Butler?
All right, Mr. Wisprod, over here now, if you will, and sit down next to me, and we will let the folks who are at home, those who are in the theater with us, know what your line is before we put the panel to work. So let's take care of that, and then see how well the panel can do with challenger number 2 for tonight. All right. Mr. Wisprod, you know how we score, do you?
I guess I do.
You got that all set. Would you come a bit closer and make yourself comfortable? Just lean a bit to the microphone, sit up straight, bulge your muscles, and you're all ready to go.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then Mr. Wisprod is self-employed. And let's begin the general questioning with Fred Allen.
Mr. Wisprod, he looks rather like a sly gentleman, John. I think we're in for some trouble. Is there a product involved in what you do, Mr. Wisprod?
Yes, sir.
Is there a, is this product, to use the word loosely, is it a useful product?
Yes, sir.
It is a useful product. I know a great many of the sports styles originate out in California in clothing, and is this something that could possibly be worn
Yes, sir.
could be worn. Is it something that might be worn for a special occasion?
Yes, sir.
Would I be right in assuming that I would have no particular need for this particular product?
Oh, now, wait a minute.
I'm only
Gee, I
asking a
don't-
simple question, John, because I'm a simple fellow, and I...
Oh, I would say this, Fred, considering that you are, rather generally known to be conservative in tastes, etc., we might say that it would be fair to assume that you wouldn't have any great interest in it, yes.
But, John, if words were automobiles, your mouth would be like the Lincoln Tunnel on a weekend. Well, tell me, could this product be worn by a woman?
Yes, sir.
If Dorothy was wearing one of these at the moment, could I tell?
Not very well.
I
Well,
couldn't.
now, wait a minute. We got to have a small conference.
Oh, my goodness.
No, I would say this, Fred. If Dorothy had one on, we would assume that you'd be aware of it.
I would be aware of it.
Yes.
I would be able to tell.
Yes.
Is this something that a girl might go around without during the summer months?
Go. Oh, I think it's possible this is something that a girl would go around without during the summer months, yes.
I think I've had about enough, John. I am not an authority on what girls go around without during the summer.
I hasten to assure you, Mr. Allen, that I am not an authority on this subject either.
Well, I certainly hope Mr. Whizbroad is, because somebody... I think I'll pass to Arlene.
All right, Miss Francis.
Is it safe to assume that this is something that Dorothy would not ordinarily wear under any circumstances?
Yes, I would think so.
Is it something that might be worn by something other than a human being?
No, ma'am.
No, that's 1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Sir.
Mr. Westbrook, would this thing be worn to correct or improve some possible health or deficiency of some sort?
2 down and 8 to go, Miss Gilgallen.
As a matter of fact, would you be likely to be in very good health if you were wearing one of these things?
Well, let us say that it would be fair to assume, Dorothy, that if you were to wear one of these things, you'd be in good health when you were wearing it. It isn't the kind of thing, for instance, you would wear if you were ill.
Would you ever wear it out of doors?
Yes.
Would you ever wear it, would men be more inclined to wear this than women?
Yes. Yes.
I think so,
Would this sort of thing ever appear in a motion picture? Or has it ever appeared in a motion picture?
I would think so, wouldn't
Yes.
you? Yes, I would think so.
When the person is wearing this, is he usually attired in something other than what Fred is wearing now?
When a person is wearing this, we lost the last end of the question.
Well, is the rest of his clothing, assuming that this is some special type of thing, is the rest of his ensemble different from what Fred is wearing now?
Is it different? No, I would say that contrarily, when somebody were wearing this, we would have a right to assume that the rest of the ensemble would be perfectly usual and normal, and that'll make it 3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Allen.
Is this something that's worn by children?
By children?
No, sir.
No, I don't think so. This is not for children. 4 down and 6 to go, Miss
Does this
Francis.
have-
I'm going to give you 1 more minute.
Does this go around the person when it is on?
Partially, yes.
Partially. Does it have a restraining influence of any kind?
Restraining influence.
Is that what I said, John?
That's what you
I
said.
can't believe it.
5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Sir.
Mr. Westbrook, is this worn in a particular part of the body?
Yes, sir.
Would it be below the waist?
Below the waist. Isn't that just like Bennett?
No, it's
Good
not.
heavens. That's 6 down and 4 to go, and I'm going to flip the rest of them because I just don't think you're getting close to it, so Mr. Whisprod will get the good full prize by default. He makes and tests bulletproof vests. And very quickly, Mr. Whisprod, tell me, what do you do to test these things?
Well, I put it on my own body and let him do the shooting. in order to convince the customer.
My.
I do think they have a restraining influence, John. I don't think you gave me an honorable answer.
Furthermore, they cure a deficiency. Anybody who wears a bulletproof vest has a deficiency.
Well, how does, John, if things go wrong, how does Mr. Wisbrough get the lead out?
On that happy note, I won't try to answer Mr. Whisper. Thank you for being a very interesting guest. Nice to have had you on What's My Life. Good night. This way. All right, we'll meet tonight's mystery guest in just a moment, but first, here's Dick Stark for Remington Rand.
Good evening, friends. You know, sooner or later, as it must to all men, it comes to those of us who are fathers of sons, that time when we have to tell Junior the facts of shaving. Now, that's a relatively simple procedure, particularly when you start him right with a Remington electric shaver. And to illustrate that point, I've brought with me tonight one of my own sons. This is Morgan, who has come down from school just to be with us tonight. Well, Morgan?
Yes, Dad?
It looks to me as though the time has come for you to start shaving on a regular basis.
That's okay by me.
I'll bet it is. Now, as you know, this is the Remington electric shaver. This is the finest shaver in the world. It won't cut you, it won't nick you. It'll give you a clean, comfortable shave every single time. And what do you say we just try it on for size? That's the way. Just move it up and down because you can shave both ways with a Remington. And keep a light touch. Make it feel like a gentle massage, which it really is. Now, get it right in here. Feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You remember that messy routine that Granddad used to go through with before he changed over? Oh, gee, that was the old-fashioned way. So you're all through, huh?
Yep.
You know something? You gave yourself a peach of a shave.
Well, that's a shaver that can shave a peach.
Oh, aren't you right? That's the shaver that takes the short, close fuzz off a peach without ever harming its tender skin. Now, since you've brought it up, what else does it do?
Can shave the rough, tough bristles of a brush.
You bet it can, and those bristles are tougher than the toughest beard. My friend, you're taking my job away from me. You know, we had a very special reason for bringing this up tonight. We wanted to remind you that the Remington electric shaver is just as right for the young man in the family as it is for us old codgers. And this being graduation time, I'm sure that the young man in your family would be really thrilled if your graduation gift to him were a Remington electric shaver. Start him right with a Remington.
Oh, Dad.
Yeah.
Can I get a word in here for a minute?
You bet you may.
Just a reminder to you mothers and kids my age. Sunday, June 19th is Father's Day. Why don't you pick up a Remington on the 14-day free trial plan? It's offered by most dealers. Dad's a peach of a guy. Deserves a peach of a shave.
You kill me, boy. Those are the words for Dad or Grad. It's a peach of a gift. The Remington shave.
Now we come to the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery celebrity, for which my friends on the panel are blindfolded. The blindfolds all in place, panel?
Yes, sir.
Good. Will you come in, mystery challenger, and sign in, please? All right. Panel, as you know, we have the new rules to apply where the mystery challenger is concerned. You will ask one question in turn, moving clockwise, and we will begin the questioning with Mr. Bennett Cerf.
Well, they conducted burial services for the Giants at the Polo Grounds today. Did you participate in any way in these solemn ceremonies?
That's one down and 9 to go. Miss Kilgallen.
Did you ever pose for a picture on a grating with your skirts blowing up? What?
No, was the answer to that. 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Allen.
Are you a girl? In the sense of the word, did we use it? You are a girl.
Are you a performer?
Have you ever been in television?
Do you sing?
Have you been in pictures?
That's 3 down and 7 to go. Miss Francis.
Fred, the girl said no to you. I can't understand it. Are you considered a leading woman?
4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Are you on a regular weekly television program?
Miss Kilgallen.
Ooh. I'm so new at this now. Are you married?
Uh-huh.
Are you Jane Froman?
Jane Froman, did you say, Mr.
That's what
Evans?
I said.
Uh-uh.
I'm not going to blame
Five
you.
down and 5 to go, Miss Francis.
Is singing what you are best known for rather than performing as an actress? Uh-uh. Is that yes or no?
That's a yes. Mr. Sir?
I've got that same old feeling. Is there more than one of you around here?
Uh-huh.
Miss Kilgallen?
Are you chiefly known for the records you make?
That is, I should say that our guest is very well known for the records, but there are other
There's something
aspects
else?
of the talent which are equally well recognized. Mr. Allen?
Are you the McGuire sisters?
Yes. And
Just
I was
an
just
accident.
hoping for a chance to get a conference.
I
Imagine
wondered
me
who
getting
was
in
still
the
with Arthur.
middle of... What's that, Fred?
I wondered who was still with Arthur, and I arrived at the...
This program's getting more crowded every week.
And Mrs. John Teeter, by the way, answered properly the question, are you married? And you all, I think, know John is a colleague of ours in the Runyon Fund. And so I don't want to let him go. I would like to find an excuse to keep him here for longer. I think
Well,
we make a
sing
wonderful
something.
foursome, don't you think? I'm sure, Arlene, you don't really want me to sing.
Not you.
No,
I know
you're
you
absolutely
don't.
right. But I thought maybe they'd sing sort of a farewell chord.
Can you give us a chord?
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go.
Thank you
Wonderful.
very
There's your
much.
word.
Lucky enough to come back from Louisville on an aeroplane with the three McGuire sisters sitting in the 3 seats behind Bob Constantine and myself, and they sang all the way from Louisville to Washington. Best airplane ride I ever had. Well, Paddle, let's see what you can do now with a final challenger. Would you sign in, please, sir? Jack? Jack Conroy, is that right, sir? Where are you from?
Los Angeles, California.
From Los Angeles, California. Will you look at the panel? Panel, will you look at Mr. Conroy? That's fine. We're saving time. Come along, Mr. Conroy. Now, we're going to dispense with your chance to get over there and let them get a closer look at you, and we'll move right on to letting the folks who are at home and the folks who are here in the theater know exactly what your line is. That taken care of, we'll see if we can't give the panel a really rough last few minutes. All right, you know how we score this, Mr. Conroy?
Yes, I do, Mr.
Good.
Daly.
I will then announce that you're self-employed, and let's begin the general questioning with Miss Francis.
Is there a product connected with what you do, sir?
Yes, there is.
Is it useful?
Yes.
Is it found in the home?
Sometimes.
Is it used by both men and women?
Yes, it is.
Do they enjoy using it?
Yes, they do.
Oh, I'm glad. Is it something that you can hold in your hand?
No, it isn't.
No, not quite. 1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Sir.
Mr. Conroy, is this product used in motion pictures in any way?
Sometimes.
Everything's used in motion pictures.
That's right. That's why I said sometimes.
If it's used, is it used in the dressing room rather than on the set?
No, I'm afraid not.
No, I wouldn't think so. That's 2 down and 8 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Is this thing ever alive? Has it been or is it now?
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Allen.
When this is used, does it beautify the person it's used on?
I would say this. If this was used to its full potential and the goal sought was beautification, that it's possible that some element of improvement could be charged specifically against this product.
If my Scrabble board ever starts talking, John, I'll know what to expect. I mean, is it used is primarily for women?
No, it isn't.
It isn't.
4 down and 6 to go, Miss Francis.
But if you can't hold it in your hand, is it bigger than that old bread box?
Yes, it is.
Does it have any moving parts?
Yes, it does.
Do you have to connect it with something electrically?
Yes.
Yes, John. Now, there's no use your trying to be hasty.
I'd like to, John.
Does it do something like reproduce anything of any kind?
No, it doesn't.
5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Sir.
Is it used in any way in transportation?
No, it isn't.
6 down and 4 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Is it fun?
Yes, I think so.
It gives pleasure
Yes, it does.
to other people as well as to you.
Yes.
When it's not found in the home, is it found in a place of amusement?
Yes.
Could be, yes.
Is it bigger than a telephone booth?
Yes.
It is big.
Is it anything you'd find in or around a theater?
No.
No, I would not say. 7 down and 3 to go. I'm going to give you time for a couple of questions, Mr. Allen.
Is it used at a place like Coney Island?
I would
Somebody
not
thinks
think
so.
yours was, would you?
No.
No, I wouldn't think so. Not Coney Island. One question, Miss Francis?
Is it anything that children play on like seesaws or barrels of love and things children?
Crooked mirror?
We're going to flip the lid on him, because actually this is Mr. John Conroy, who builds swimming pools.
Oh, John.
Yes. But more than that, this is Mr. John Conroy, who flew an F-86 Sabre jet from Los Angeles to New York and back to Los Angeles for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you didn't recognize it. I would like to say one thing, if I may, John. I know that you've won great kudos for your flight, and very properly so, but the significant part of it to me is that John is a National Guard flyer. And by golly, this shows the kind of training and standard of readiness the National Guard maintains. He's a great credit to his service and a great credit to the whole air game.
And a great credit to his swimming pool.
And a great credit to his swimming pool. And our thanks for being a wonderful guest on What's My Line. It's nice to have you with us, sir. And now, before our panel says good night, may I remind you to tune in again next Sunday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time, when once again we invite you to play What's My Line. For other localities, check your local listings for the date and time of our weekly series.
Better hurry or you may miss out. Hurry and get your stop at Summer and Sun Special. They're going fast. Because with every Stop at Lotion Spray deodorant, you get a generous tube of Sea and Ski tanning cream, absolutely free. Imagine both for only $1.25 plus tax. Here's perfect summer protection. Stop at, poof, there goes perspiration. Sea and Ski tanning cream positively prevents sunburning and peeling. Only $1.25 for the two. Get your Stop at Summer and Sun Special right away. It's a limited offer.
And we will have a little swimming pool package for each member of the panel and sent right to his home. But now, until next week, this is John Daly saying, nice to have you home, and good night, Miss Dorothy.
Thank you, John. I could have stayed in Paris. Good night, Fred.
Good night, Dorothy. Good night, Arlene.
Good night, Fred. Good night, Bennett.
Fred says some night we ought to have a poof operator on as a profession. Good night, John.
Have a what?
A
Bennett?
poof operator.
Girl who operates the poof.
It's a girl who just sprinkles poof.
A squeezer.
Oh, no, really? Is that what that means? I didn't know. Imagine me not, well, for heaven's sake. Then it's nice to be able to say good night to the panel and good night to everyone at home and here in the theater, and thanks for being with us on What's My Line?
Transportation for What's My Line is arranged through American Airlines. American Airlines, the country's leading airline, now serving the United States, Mexico, and Canada. This has been a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production in association with the CBS Television Network. Be sure to watch Remington Rand's new television program, Caesar's Hour, on another network. Check your local listings for time and station.